He's going to Chicago? Okay. He's not on the Southwest with the good people of Mystics.
Hey, Coach.
Who do we have on the call today, Kara?
Sorry, it's office.
No, that's not what I meant. Look at the screen. Hey, hi everybody. Oh, Mike's.
All right, we can get started with in-person questions.
Howdy. All right.
Chicago 2 times in a row. What did you learn from Sunday's game that maybe apply to Thursday's game?
But we have to work really hard to defend them. It's a good team. We expect a response from them, especially going home on their home court. So our first thing we talked about was having the right mental approach when we go tomorrow, that it's going to be a different game. We're going to get a different energy from them and a purpose from Chicago, and we got to be ready to handle that at the start of the game. As far as what else I learned, I thought we had good stretches at both ends, and then some plays where it got away from us. But it's almost like a mini playoff series. You got to be ready to make some adjustments and expect them to make some adjustments. So we go into it with certain ideas, but you got to be flexible and ready to adapt as necessary.
Abby,
yeah.
What do you like about her game?
Yeah, we saw a lot of Abby in college, as you might imagine. We like her skill level, the shooting, but not just the shooting. She can put it on the floor and make a play. And, obviously it helps when it's a quick turnaround and a hardship person that they are, very smart, and her resume speaks for itself. Went to a lot better schools than I did. So she's bright. She picks stuff up quick, and that's really helpful in this situation.
What makes you want to bring her in as opposed to maybe some training camp that might already exist a little bit better? What does you have that maybe is additional?
I think her shooting, I think, losing Mung and having Christy out for a couple of weeks, we could use some shooting, and I think she brings that to the table. That's probably the first thing. She's got a little bit of size. She's not 5'8". And being local and smart and all those things help. It really help when it's a quick turnaround. You don't have a training camp and all that.
Opportunity for her because the guard depth off the bench was out Shatori. So
yeah,
she might be playing.
Yeah, if not Thursday, then definitely over these next couple of weeks, I expect her to see her in games. Yeah.
Bringing in Abby now that I think it makes almost a third of your roster, fourth or they're on Maryland Terrapins.
Terps are former Terps, yeah.
To add on Shakira and having all these local ties, what's it like to have that local makeup on the roster?
I think it's a credit to Maryland. I think it's a credit to Brenda and their program, and she's got a lot of pros that have come out of there here and other places. It seems to go back and forth between us and Connecticut having all the Terps. So, no, it's helpful. We get to see them a lot, so we're familiar with them. And in situations like this where it's kind of short notice, short prep time, it's helpful to have people that are that we have some familiarity with.
I know the potential expansion of rosters is a topic, but to be able to have Abby, a player that was taken 11th overall this year on your roster right now without having to draft, do you feel like you got lucked out in this situation to get her on the roster in a way?
Lucked out is it's always hard when you have a hardship to feel like you lucked out because you're down a couple people. But she was an obvious name once we were in this situation. We knew she probably wasn't going to get to our second round pick in the draft. We didn't know where she was going to go, and we didn't think she would, probably get cut in a camp. So it's nice to be able to get her.
Any more person questions? All right. Is there any questions on Zoom? All right, we'll go to Gabe.
I'm unmuted. Okay. Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Hey, Gabe.
So I wanted to know, I'm sorry you have to deal with all these hardship things again. I feel like every year you have to deal with it, but how do you?
Yep.
Yeah. So how are you going to kind of deal with the rotations? Do you think it's going to be more minutes on your starters, or are you just going to rely a little bit? Is it more minutes for your bench? How do you kind of deal with that dance?
For the guards, it's probably going to be a few more minutes for our perimeter players. We may bring the big lineup out a little bit again, like we did down the stretch against Phoenix, because we do have more bigs available, and between Maisha, Elena, Tiana, they're all comfortable in that position. playing the three, if you will. So obviously that's something we worked on a little bit today. Whether it's tomorrow or, like I said, with Abby, whether it's tomorrow or whether it's over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to have to try a little bit of everything.
And with Lee gone for 2 weeks, we talked so much about her being, finally integrating into this offense and really finding her role. How do you think Abby compares and contrasts with Lee? And then, how else do you make up, the loss of her for these next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, Mung's got a lot of, pro experience. Abby doesn't have that, but she has the jumper. And so we're going to hope we can use that to help with our spacing, to make some open shots. And like I said, she got a little bit more game than just standstill shooters. She was a scorer at Princeton. We saw a little bit of that at Maryland, but she doesn't have to fill the gap herself. She can come in, be herself, do what she does well. And we might have to play in a little bit different way. We might have to be a little bigger at times and try to control the boards and the paint, and find a way to win some games in some different ways.
Thanks, Eric.
Yep.
Or we can go to Kim. Kim, you're muted. All right, we'll head to Nathan.
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon. Just curious to just get your thoughts just on the first quarter of the season, some of the takeaways that you've seen from the team, and how do you look to get it ready for tomorrow?
I think, I kind of told the team yesterday we're in a good position to get better. We're not sitting here in a position of panic where we're 3-8 or something like that. Our record's fine. We have an opportunity to build on it and hit this next stretch of games with a positive attitude and mindset. The defense has been good. The offense hasn't. And, the goal is just to keep getting a little bit better. Some offensive things have, ticked up the last two games in particular. So we just got to stay committed to improving individually and collectively. And, as we get ready for Chicago, like I said at the start, it's not going to be the exact same game we just played. We have to be ready for an intensity level from them, and a desperation from them to combat that early on and try to sustain as best we can. Winning on the road is really hard. We played a real tight game when we were there last time, and we're going to have to execute well and defend well if we want to win.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Yep.
All right, we'll go to Wayne.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, Wayne, I can't actually see it, but I hear you.
I will see you. Just a quick question. The team tweeted today about having 5 eligible players for the All-Star game. I guess as a coach, just what's a message for the fans to get out and vote? Because it's a 2-for-1 day, but just to know you have 5 eligible players that have a chance to go to the All-Star game.
Yeah, we need our fans to support our players. I think the group that's eligible has given a lot to this city, this team, these fans over the years, especially the ones that have been here a while. I know that our fans want to support them. So today, if you say today's a 2-for-1 day, that sounds like as good a day as any to go vote. So I'll make sure I do it myself.
I appreciate you.
Yep.
All right, Coach, that'll be all.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Tori.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, we'll start with in-person questions.
No problem. Likewise. Good.
This roster now.
Yeah.
Look at it. A third of the players are Maryland.
It's a great time. I love to hear it.
What's it like? Do you feel like you're back at College Park?
Yeah, for sure. I just think it speaks on the organization and what Coach Freeze does. She develops pros. And I know for me, that was one of the reasons why I went there to begin with. So it's always a good time, seeing fellow Terps join the team.
I know when you came in, I think Christy was here.
Yep. So we came in the first year. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Uh-huh.
So when you came in, getting her guidance.
Yeah.
Is it weird for you now, or are you kind of embracing the fact that now maybe you can give Abby some?
Oh, for sure. No, definitely. Just, continuing to pass the torch. And just, I know for me being a sponge, and Abby's a hard worker. I watched her while she was at Maryland. And like I said, I'm happy to be her teammate. But you know, we kind of feed off of each other. We got to play a little bit, pick up yesterday. So I'm excited to step on the court with her.
How cool is it to be in practice? I guess knowing that you guys were, I know Brenda's system has probably changed over the years.
Uh-huh.
You guys kind of being in a similar system, does it give you guys an advantage being able to get on the court together? In front of
Yeah, for sure. You know, we joke around and talk about, you know, turf talk and different things like that. But like I said, you know, Coach Freeze develops pros. And it starts with the work ethic, and you just see seeing now Christy working, Tiana staying after me, and Abby staying after. Obviously our whole team does, but it's just a testament to what Coach Free does with the organization at Maryland.
And then what do you think Abby can bring to this team
Yeah.
here as you guys kind of need that help with the injuries and the players, you know, with other commitments?
I think she can bring her versatility. You can put her at many different positions, and her IQ. I mean, she's grasping defensive concepts very quickly, and even our offensive concepts. So her IQ and her versatility is going to help us tremendously moving forward.
Yes, what was your initial reaction when you heard the news and going to be another, like he said, Maryland reunion, but just initial thoughts and reactions?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm always cheering on. I mean, always rooting for, you know, the Maryland girls. So just being able to see another player, not only on our team, but just in the league again. Like I said, it shows what Coach Freeze does with the organization. And she's a hard worker. Like I said, I watched her play, so I'm excited to step on the court with her. Moving forward. What's going on? I'm good.
With this being maybe a little point of the season, a little bit past that.
Mhm.
For you, how would you kind of grade yourself? What
Mhm.
you liked about your
Yeah.
practice so far?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to focus on this.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously I want a little bit more shots to fall, obviously, but for me, I just kind of focus on the journey, just being consistent with the work I put in during practice and after practice as well, but also watching the footage of where my shots are coming from and being able to focus on those when I'm putting in my extra work so that those shots come easier in the game.
Then the offense is starting to, it seems like it's picking up a little bit
Yeah.
of steam. What do you think has been integral to that success?
Yeah.
Especially the last.
For sure, just the chemistry, and through that comes just playing together with our schedule being with more games. We don't have as much practice time as and in regards to like live play. So we kind of like try to figure it out in the game. Obviously, coaches break it down in drills in practice, but you know, I think the chemistry is just starting to come along, and with that comes we'll see more of that chemistry flowing more as we play more games. No problem.
Are there any more in-person questions? All right, we have time for one on Zoom. We'll go to Wayne.
Hey, Tori, how you doing?
I'm good. How you guys?
I'm doing pretty well. I guess kind of like a 2-for-1. I noticed that for WNBA players, fashion is a big way to express yourself. How do you like expressing yourself through, you know, your clothing and your style?
Yeah, for me, I just like to stay comfortable. So I won't put nothing on that I'm not comfortable in. But for me, I get a lot of like, you know, my influence from when I go overseas. And like the European brands and how the Europeans just like kind of embrace their uniqueness.
Mm-hmm.
And I take that from them. Like, I mean, they just kind of embrace it, and they don't really care what like other people think. They just, if they like it, they wear it. If it looks crazy, it don't look crazy to them, and they embrace it. So that's kind of where I get my sense of style and my influence from.
And then lastly, I know you kind of touched on it, but I want to go a little bit deeper. Now that you have all these Terps, like you are like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Just what does that just say about the family orient of that Terps basketball, where, you know, she joined in, and Maryland fans are just overwhelmed with excitement?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like Coach Freeze always says Terps play here, pros play here. I mean, pros play here, talking about University of Maryland. And I know for me, when I was coming out of high school, that I knew what my goal was to reach the WNBA. And that was one of the reasons why I chose University of Maryland, because I saw what Coach Freeze was doing. And at the time, looking back when I was younger, it was the Marissa Coleman's, Crystal Langhorns, and now teammate Christy Tolliver, and even like Tiana Hawkins when I was getting older and I was watching. So I was like, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. And just, it's like I said, it's a testament to what Coach Freeze does and how she prepares and continues to prepare her players for the next level.
Safe travel. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Shatori. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to be here. New name.
Welcome back. I just gotta ask, how is this a dream come true for you right now?
Yeah, I'm definitely living a dream right now. woke up at my own house that I grew up in, and drove down a few blocks to get here, right? So it is a dream come true. I came just like, at Maryland. I grew up watching those games, and I grew up watching Mystics games and Elena and Natasha and everyone play. So and KT. So it really is just a dream come true to be on the court with these people. And I'm very, very just humbled by this experience and ready to help this team in any way I can.
What, like, just for those who, I guess, living under a rock, how would you describe your game? What do you hope to bring to the Mystics?
Yeah. I hope to bring just a confident player, who can guarantee him, my best effort. I can knock down shots. I could be creative. I could be a playmaker, and, just play both sides consistently. And that's what I'm going to do.
And gotta ask, it's a bunch of big reunion for Terps. What does it say to Terps Nation, and just to see all your fellow teammates here?
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're getting bigger. And day one, Shatori's like, it's a blessing. That's what it means to be a part of the Terp family, and just keeps getting bigger. And I'm just excited to have some people who I know I can lean on in moments when I have questions or just need that support. So it's great.
Hi, Abby. Tyler Byron, NBC Sports Washington. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You mentioned you're living a dream
Mhm.
right now. When you were younger, growing up in the area, what did the Mystics organization kind of mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, Mystics organization is just a bunch of amazing, heroic women who are inspiring me and my friends around me. And to come to to go to their games over the summer and watch them play. I get there an hour early so I can make sure to catch them warming up. And yeah, I mean, it's just still a surreal experience having this jersey on. And it almost doesn't feel like what it looked like when I was that age, because it's like I'm here now and I'm the same person, but it is definitely something that I'm going to cherish and definitely journal about, because this is an experience that not many people get to live. So I'm just happy to be here.
Do you typically journal? Is that something?
I typically journal. I obviously, when it comes to the professional career, from what I've learned so far, it's a quick business, right? You get a phone call, you got to be somewhere. Not a lot of time to reflect. And so I think journaling helps me reflect on good moments.
Speaking of the business side, what was the last month for you? Like, what were you doing
Mhm.
between Dallas and being here? Did you
Yeah.
get some downtime for once, or?
Yeah, I mean, after Dallas, obviously it was just from NCAA tournament to training camp. So I took a few weeks to myself, visited some family, but then, it was me getting ready and staying ready. And so I just have been training in the area back at Maryland with some of the trainers I grew up with, and just physically staying in shape, because this game moves fast, and, can't come lagging, right? So you have to come fully prepared.
And my last one, the only understand you're in here in a hardship situation,
Mhm.
but what do you want to maybe prove, not only to make Mystics or other people? What are you trying to do, or maybe your first couple opportunities you're going to get on the court?
Yeah. I'm just gonna play my game, right? I'm not gonna make it a bigger moment than it is at the end of the day. And just play the game I've always played confidently and with passion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Zoom. Nathan.
Hey, Abby, how are you?
Hey, Nathan, doing well.
Yes. During college basketball season, Coach Freeze, really put emphasis on defining the legacy for the team last year. When you look at, your journey into the W, just what is a message that you could give to people like strive that work their tails off to get to where you're at today?
Yeah. I think the big thing is just stay ready, stay patient. I think you never know when the opportunity is going to come about. For me, I was training every day, and I was like, okay, if I'm not going to get a call this summer, then I'm just going to keep working, and I'm going to get ready for overseas. And if I do, then good, I'm ready. So I think just staying in the moment, staying in the present moment, and working hard and being patient, I think, is the big thing, because, it is a journey and you never know when something's going to come about.
All right, we'll go to Gabe.
Hey, Abby, congrats on joining the Mystics. Gabe Ibrahim from Bullets Forever. Am I muted?
You're good.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. So at Maryland, you had a very different role than you had at Princeton, and it feels like here with the Mystics and then WNBA, you're going to be more in that Maryland role as a supporting scorer. How did that experience prepare you for this?
Yeah. I think it prepared me a lot, right? It taught me again how to stay patient, how to stay confident, right? In moments when maybe I'm not going to be the leading scorer, the one who they're going to look to get the buckets. But I played against girls that size. I played against girls with that, kind of athleticism. And it taught me how to listen, how to communicate effectively, and how to learn on the go, which is what I'm doing now. I got a lot of stuff to learn fast before a game, the game tomorrow. But yeah, I think the big thing is it just taught me how to stay confident in moments when maybe, I'm not having that leading role.
And while a lot of talk is going to be about your offense, your defense, I thought last year was really good, and you did a lot of great things for that Terps team. How's the learning curve coming into the WNBA, especially, like you mentioned, you have very little time to prepare on the defensive end. I feel like offense is a little easier just because, what you're supposed to do. Defense seems very difficult and complicated.
Yeah. I was talking with the assistant coaches and they were super supportive. And at the end of the day, just got to play basketball, right? Help with the movement of the offense. And in terms of defense, you got to play like a dog. You got to be mentally in it. You have to be able to listen while you're defending. And, a good thing is a lot of the concepts are the same. Some of the words are different for different things, but it's fundamentals, right? And I'm going to try and stick to that.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's all the time we have. Thank you, Abby.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.